Alright, I got a little bit of a blast from the past for you here. One of my favorite decks from way back when. A couple of expansions ago. It's the Dark Alice control deck. Still one of my favorites. I don't think it'll ever stop being one of my favorites. I'm going to keep this deck and keep updating it forever. If you don't recall, the idea behind the Dark Alice control deck is when you play Dark Alice, when she dies, her death rattle will... Her last words, I'm sorry, I play too many card games. It will wipe away all of your Shadowcraft cards, leaving you with just neutrals. She will then regenerate herself over and over again. She will never leave the board unless she's banished. Her last words are summon a copy of herself and banish all Shadowcraft cards in play and in your deck. Just yours, not your opponent's. I wish it worked that way. That would be fun. And she costs, if I recall, 7. We'll know for sure pretty soon. So the early game is use Death's Ledger to take care of some of your opponent's minions, generate a bunch of liches using Hell's Unleasher and the other gentleman whose name I forget. And, you know, everything else is controller, draw, we have Soul Conversion, Foul Tempest, a bunch of other fun cards. The deck list hasn't changed very much from when I showed off this deck, geez, almost a year ago at this point. Of course, the deck list is in the description. And you just saw Mordecai die there. That's a preview of something to come later. This is a war between immortals, which is pretty fun. There's Test of Strength, our other big card for how this works. Of course, it is neutral, and so is Prince of Darkness. Ah, yes, Attendant of Night. That was the other card I was trying to remember the name of. So yeah, as you can see, we generate a number of liches, which are free 4/4s because of our Death's Ledger, or because we are sacrificing Attendants or Hell's Unleashers to draw cards. And once Dark Alice has been played and we lose everything except for our neutrals, that'll leave us just Test of Strength, some Grimnirs, and of course, Prince of Darkness, who will replace our very small deck with a new deck of 10 superpowered cards. So now that we have Dark Alice on the table, and they have Mordecai, we each have one minion that cannot ever be gotten rid of. And now he's going to have 2 minions that can't be gotten rid of. Barring banishment, of course. They go in for the trade there, that's fine. And weirdly enough, they decide to trade their Mordecai for my Dark Alice. If I were them, I would have gone for face damage at that point, because if you're playing Dark Alice in your deck, it's not a mistake. You're doing it because you want to banish all of the shadow cards. So not sure what they were thinking there. So what this does for me is, while they have a very intimidating board, it lets me do 7 face damage and then deny them any face damage of their own. Unless they can get rid of my amulet or get rid of Dark Alice, they can just keep on doing this. It doesn't matter. Dark Alice will just keep coming back. So they're trying to heal up a little bit. I don't really care. The whole idea here is that we can't be touched, and on our turn is when Test of Strength runs out, so we get to hit and then replace it. But I will play it a little bit early, and that's because I want to play Prince of Darkness exactly on turn 10. But I love this War of Immortals with everything having ward. It's just so dumb and fun. Of course, Grimnir, way back when, before he was nerfed, would be our win condition in part, because we would play him and do 4 damage to our opponent's face and all their minions. But now Grimnir just affects minions, making him far less exciting. But that's fine. Our plan right now is we cross our fingers and we hope that we draw a Storm minion, Dis's Damnation, or Astaros Reckoning. That's what we're looking for. There are 4 types of cards in our deck. 3 of them will let us win, and the 4th will not. So the odds are pretty much in our favor. Let's see what happens. Astaros Reckoning. And they're down to 1. And we win. See you next time. Hope you enjoyed this little shorty.